Next, we are now on to the app of the week. And you guys, because we love you so much, we've got a couple of them this week. We have Jacob from South Africa demonstrating the Tasker.
Hi there, this is Jacob from South Africa. I'm just going to do a quick bit of a rundown and a little bit of a demo of the task automation software for Android. Firstly, it costs about just over 60 South African Rand, and that's just over $4 US. But it allows you to automate a whole bunch of things on your Android handset, including activities, settings, triggering based on events, etc. And I'm basically now going to just run through the interface a little bit. It's not all labeled, not all items are labeled, but you can label them and it's not bad. It's usable. You just have to get used to it. So let's just have a look at the interface first of all. In the top here,
Wednesday, launch Tasker.
Let's bring up Tasker.
Tasker, search Tasker button.
And I'm recording this using my Samsung Galaxy A30s. Which is a pretty decent lower and medium range handset. Tasker.
Search Tasker button. More options button.
More options.
Profiles.
So your tabs at the top of the screen are profiles, tasks, scenes,
vars,
and vars as in variables. The profiles are where you would trigger events based on time, location, other happenings, etc. I'll go into that now. The tasks are sets of activities that you can run. You can string them together in multiple ones or single tasks or anything like that. And I'll show you that as well now. Scenes are an interesting one because it allows you to create dialogues and actual user interface elements that you can actually, for what it's worth, export as standalone apps that you could then pass over to other people or run on your own app, with multiple buttons to trigger various tasks, etc. And I've tested that. Again, the interface is not perfectly accessible, but it's definitely usable, and I can actually create little standalone apps that I could give to other people to do automated tasks as well if I wanted to. Interesting. The variables are things that you can set based on activities or tasks or events, and then query from other contexts. So it lets you pass information between your tasks, I suppose, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's go into the profiles here now.
Profiles. Profiles link contexts open parent conditions close parent with the tasks that should run when the conditions are met. Page.
Basically just explaining that they link content conditions or events with tasks that should be run when something happens or occurs. That's what we're actually going to do now. I'm just going to run through a little demo of setting up a battery full profile which triggers a task.
Base. Add button.
There we go. Add.
Pop-up window. Application 1 of 6. In list 6 item. Day 2 of 6. Event 3 of 6.
All types of what would trigger the profile. I'm going to event here.
Location 4 of 6.
Location.
State 5 of 6.
State. I'm not 100% sure what that one is, but it's probably to do with the state of the phone or the signal, etc. But let's go into event.
Location. Event 3 of 6. Select event category. App 1, row 1, in grid, 16 rows, 1 column.
A whole bunch of things. You can filter these with a search key or search text box if you wanted to find a specific one. Let's just scroll through.
Date/app 1, row 1.
App would have to do with you having launched a piece of software.
Date/time 1, row 2.
Date/time.
Display, row 3.
Display, I think when you lock or unlock, etc.
File, row 4.
File activities.
Hardware 1, row 5.
Hardware activities.
Media 1, row 6.
Media activities.
Net 2, row 7.
Net.
Phone 1, row 8.
Phone.
Bluetooth, row 9.
Plugins, because there are various plugins on the Play Store for this one.
Power, row 10.
Power.
Sensor 2, row 11. System 3, row 12.
System.
Tasker 3, row 13.
Tasker activities.
UI, row 14.
User interface.
Task system, sensor, power, row 10.
Let's go into power.
Battery overheating, row 3. Select power event. Showing items 1 to 3 of 3.
Like it says, select power event.
Select battery change, row 1. Select power event, battery change, row 1. In grid, 3 rows, 1 column.
Battery change, which wouldn't be relevant to too many modern phones.
Battery full, row 2.
Let's go into battery full, yeah, but there's lots of them.
Battery over, this display mode. Battery full, row 2. Normal, Event edit. Navigate up. Button. Out of grid.
It's now going into the event details.
Event edit. Navigate up. Button.
One little thing about this piece of software, that navigate up button is not quite the same as back, because that quite often saves what you've been doing as well, all it's worth.
Event edit. Battery full.
Event edit, battery full.
Switch event. Button.
Switch event would let you change the event again, choose a different category and the event itself.
Cancel. Button. More options. Button. Priority. Drop dash down menu. Normal.
Priority, that would have to do with background processes, I suppose.
Navigate up. Button.
Say navigate up, not to save this event.
Pop-up window. New task. 1 of 4. In list. 4 items.
And it's there asking me what do I want to do when the event is triggered. I'm going to here say new task. You could also select one of the existing tasks that you'd already saved, but I'm going to select a new task here.
Hello. 2 of 4. New task. 1 of 4. Hello. 2 of 4.
For example, that one there, hello, is a task that I created before. I'll go into those now.
New task. 1 of 4.
Let's say new task.
Showing English open parent UK close parent open parent QWERT mind close parent keyboard. Pop-up window. Editing. Optional. Edit box. Out of list.
It's asking me for a task name, which is optional because it's sort of embedded here, so I'm not going to bother with that one right now.
OK. Button. Keyboard hidden. Tasker. Navigate up. Button. Task edit. Anonymous.
There, anonymous task.
Cancel. Button. Properties. Button. More options. Button. Click plus to add an action.
It's telling me I need to add an action to this task.
Play. Button. Step. Button.
Play, step, that you could actually step through the actions in your task or play all of them in one go, one after the other.
Icon. Button.
Icon is an icon for a task, and you only need to set an icon or assign an icon to a task if you want to implement it in a widget on your home screen, or if you were going to export it as an app using the Tasker App Factory plugin, then you would need to have assign an icon to it. So I'm not going to bother here now, but yeah, like I say, if you want to assign a widget on your desktop to trigger this task, then you would need to have assigned an icon to it.
Step. Icon. Button. Add. Button.
Click on add here.
Select action category. Alert. 2. Row 1. In mid. 20 rows. 1 column.
It's saying select an action category. I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown here. Alert, among other things, you can get it to flash up little dialogues with text on them. You can get it to speak out text using whichever voice you prefer, etc.
App 6. Row 2.
App would be to launch apps, close apps.
Audio 2. Row 3.
Audio is to set volume levels and change other volumes. Trigger volume events.
Code 1. Row 4. Display 7. Row
I'm
5.
not sure of all of these, so I'm not going to go into too much here. But I'm just going to tell it basically, I want to get to where I'm going to tell it to play a little ringtone to me.
File. Row 6.
File activities.
Google Drive 5. Row 7.
Google Drive activities.
Image. Row 8.
Image activities.
Input 8. Row 9.
Input has to do with keyboard. Typing almost.
Location 2. Row 10. Media. Row 11.
Okay, we're going to go into media here. Well, let me finish scrolling through the categories of actions you can take.
Net 11. Row 12.
Net.
Phone 3. Row 13.
Phone, is an answer, make phone calls, etc.
Bluetooth. Row 14.
Plugins, like I said, there are various plugins on the Play Store for the Tasker.
Scene. Row 15.
Scene, that would be if you want to bring up one of those scenes that I was talking about just now. And for example, if you want to export your task as a standalone app, you need to have it show scene, which is under that scene category.
Settings 3. Row 16.
You can change settings, you can bring up settings, you can get it to bring up things like accessibility settings, for example.
System 5. Row 17.
System activities.
Settings 3.
Sure,
Scene.
that
Row
one.
15.
Let's go into
Bluetooth,
media.
Row 4. Phone 3. Net 11. Media. Row 11. Test media. Row 14. Select media action. Showing items 1 to 14 of 14. Music bag. Row 4. MIDI play. Row. Media control. Row 2. Media button events. Row 1.
These are some of the media actions.
Select media action. Media button events. Media control. Row 2.
I'm interested what these all do, but a lot of the names should make sense.
MIDI play. Row 3.
MIDI play,
Music bag. Row 4.
music back,
Music play. Row 5. Music play. Row 6.
play directory,
Music skip. Row 7. Music stop. Row 8.
music stop.
Play ringtone. Row 9.
Okay, we're going to go into play ringtone.
Alarm. Action edit. Navigate up. Button. Action edit. Play ringtone. Switch action. Button. Help. Button. Switch action. Button.
That switch action would let you change go back to where you choose the category and the type of action.
Help. Button. More options. Button.
Clicking on help in all these screens will actually allow you to bring up web content that gives you help on the screen and explains it.
Type.
Okay, type.
Drop dash down menu. Alarm.
I'm going to change type.
Pop-up window. Tick. Alarm. 1 of 3. Notification. 2 of 3.
Change it to a notification sound.
Notification. Action edit. Drop dash down menu. Notification. Sound. Variable. Button.
That would relate to those variables that I was talking about. That could become the value that you'd set from another process.
Choose. Button.
Say choose now.
Optional. Edit box. Complete action using media storage. Column 1. In grid. 1 row. 2 columns.
Just going to use the phone's built-in media storage selection.
Notification sounds. Navigate up. But tick. Navigate exterminate. Radio button. Tick. Daydream. Radio button. Tick. Deep thought. Radio button. Tick. Ding dash on. Radio button.
Let's choose that one. Ding dong.
Tick.
Tiny little sound. I'm just going to go back.
Back. Button. Tick. Navigate exterminate. Tick. Crystal. Radio button. Tick. Silent. Radio notification sounds. Out of list. Navigate up. Button.
I find the navigate up at the top and I click on that.
Action edit. Ding dash on. Edit box. Optional.
You see it's up with the name in the edit box there.
Stream.
Stream as in which audio stream to play it through.
Drop dash down menu. Notification.
Leave it on the notification stream.
Stream. Drop if.
There are other options here below relating to other factors, but I'm going to leave them out for now.
Drop dash stream. Ding dash on. Edit box. Optional.
So let's just go back to navigate up.
Choose. Variable. Sound. Drop dash. Type. More options. Help. Button. Switch action. Play ringtone. Action edit. Navigate up. Tasker. Add. Button.
Okay, now if I go back into the list of actions.
Icon. Step. Button. Play. 1. Play ringtone. Type comma notification. Sound comma ding dash on. Unlabeled.
And if I want to test actions, I can go to play.
Play. Button.
You heard it play the sound there. But let's go on.
Step. Icon. Add. Button. Navigate up. Button.
So you can activate navigate up.
Tasker. Apply. Button.
And I'm going to double tap on the apply button. That's now got focus.
Battery full.
And they're in the list of profiles.
Profiles. Battery full. On. Switch.
And it is toggled on. That means that now if the battery got full, it would play that, or activate that task, which would play the sound to me. And then now that's, I think, good enough to give you a basic idea what I'm talking about. Let me show you one or two of the other tasks that I already have here,
Tasks.
just to give you an idea what I'd use it for.
Sharing. 1 of 3. In list. 3 items.
The one sharing there allows me to toggle the mobile hotspot on or off automatically with a widget that I have on the home screen.
Hello. 2 of 3.
Hello is just a silly one. Let's play this. The idea I'm talking
Tasker.
about.
Navigate up. Button. Out of list.
Done there is I just double tapped on the task and I'm now going to hit the play button.
Add. Icon. Step. Play. Button. Hello world.
That was where I told it to say a piece of text using the default TTS voice on this phone. And you heard hello world. I'm going to go back now.
Tasker. Hello. 2. Sharing. 1 of 3. Hello. 2 of 3. Show hello. 3 of 3.
Okay, show hello is a task that actually launches a scene that I defined, and all that scene has on it is one button that basically does the same thing. But I managed to place the button on the interface and export it as a .apk file, which is actually installed in this handset. So that's just an idea. And I'm going to show you one more thing that's sort of relatively recent using Google Assistant and tasks in Tasker.
Home. Button. Navigation bar.
What I'm going to do is double tap and hold the home button to activate OK Google. Run hello in Tasker.
Here's Tasker. Hello world.
There's all that really did. I told it to run and I gave it a task name and the Tasker and it activated, which means you wouldn't have to even go into Tasker to activate these tasks, but you could trigger them via Google Assistant if you wanted. And then have it run through all the steps in your task. I think that's really enough for now The idea is really just that this thing really allows you to automate a whole set of tasks and activities on your handset based on events, as well as you making choices and telling it when and why and how. And I'm quite impressed. I've been using it for a few years now as my primary automation one, where I used to use others in the past.
Thank you so much, Jacob, for that demonstration of the Tasker app.